Hi, it's me, Julie. Welcome back to another episode of the Grow Your Occupancy Podcast, the Resolving the Occupancy Puzzle series. Today's topic, it starts chapter 4, Not Enough Leads. This webinar is brought to you by SalesMail, the #1 personalized video app for senior living.
Built on a powerful ROI and an unmatched customer experience, SalesMail's App Store ratings tell the only story you need to know. Generating higher click-through and conversion rates, SalesMail is a video app of choice for sales and marketing pros everywhere. Day after day, SalesMail users leverage video to build brand loyalty, create human connection, quickly establish trust, stand out from competitors, and get desired results faster.
If you've read the book, you know that how I feel about jumping to solve on we need more leads, we need more leads, we need more leads. It's a first metric most go to. Need better leads, more leads. New leads absolutely is a metric. It's one of the metrics. It's not necessarily more. It's quality and where the leads are coming from. So there's two ways to increase the pipeline of more leads. One is capturing the leads that are coming in, and this is lead quantity, okay, not the quality, the quantity. So you don't have enough. You need to capture what's coming in and need to drive more. Makes sense, right? So let's start with capturing. What does that mean? It means that when the phone rings, someone's answering it. And when the leads come in through digital channels, they are responded to promptly and regularly. That's it. It's connecting with new leads. Prior to digital leads, we had two sources. People called us or they walked in. And now call-ins and walk-ins are much more rare. Digital leads make up about 75-80% of all new leads. So let's start there with digital leads. It's responding quickly. You've all heard speed to lead. Some people don't like that term. It is what it is. It's speed to lead, being the first or the second, but the goal is the first. And A, and then B, if you don't get somebody on that first attempt, you're continuing to try. Statistically, you won't get somebody on the first attempt. I think right now the stat is about 3 to 3.5. So if you're trying once or twice and giving up, or maybe sending an email and then maybe a text and maybe calling a few days later, you're not capturing the maximum number of leads, your potential leads, right? So your phone in, so for your digital leads, you want to have a system and more than one set of eyes on speed to lead and then the cadence to connect. Many people have a automation system. So they integrations, dual integrations with their CRM and maybe HubSpot or another system like HubSpot that is dually, is that a word? Integrates with your CRM. So the people who are visiting on the website and however they're engaging with you on the website through a chat or a form fill, requesting a tour, if you've got a tour scheduler on your website, or they request a call or they call right from your website, they download something, engage in whatever way that information is pushed into your CRM. Bing, you have a new lead, boom, got to call out. We're not sitting in front of our computers and sitting staring at our phones. I hope you're not. They have a system, which is really important, and more than one set of eyes that's looking at the new leads coming in, so that response is quick. The email going out, that should, if you can and you do have automation, you can personalize it a bit, keep it short, sweet, boom, it goes out right away. And that does not replace a phone call. We are still a voice to voice business. It doesn't mean that people communicate only that way, and you can get a response by email, which is a connection. You can get a response to text, which is happening more and more often. So text, absolutely, it's almost like equal to a phone call anymore, but it doesn't replace one. So what we have seen, a common challenge, common problem, is people will maybe call the third day or the fourth day. That's way too long. Silence isn't a negative. So leaving a voicemail, the silence is not a negative. It's not bad. So if someone doesn't reach you, or you don't reach them on your first attempt, don't give up. Oh, they don't want to talk to me. They're not picking the phone up right now. If you're driving, listening to this, you're not picking up your phone likely, or if you're in a meeting, you're on a tour, you're in an airplane, you're not picking your phone up. How many messages does any one of us get in a day? So don't take it personally. Keep trying, keep attempting. That's that cadence to connect. What is a recommended cadence? Heavy on the front end. Definitely heavy on the front end. And what does that mean? Daily, some type of an attempt daily, maybe for the first 3 to 5 days, and then maybe every 3 days or so, heavier on the front end. Definitely mix up the channels, multi-channels. So it's not just phone calls, it's not just email, it's not just any one thing. If you have access to a video messaging platform, definitely use that. Good old mobile phone. We all do selfies and maybe we do videos and post them on our own social media channel. Do a quick video intro and send it either via email or text. So that is capturing leads digitally. The phone in, okay, you want to make sure you have a system of who gets the call. More than one person is ready and able at any given time to take an inquiry call. So you're leaving a lot of messages, you're reaching out a lot of those digital leads. In the chance, or it's rare, someone calls you back, you want to make sure that you're available if they're calling into the front desk and not directly on your mobile. And we still have people calling. We still have people calling for more information than they're calling in to the landline at the concierge or the front desk. We just got done doing a mystery shop. We tried 3 times, 3 different days, left 3 voicemails, and we still haven't had a return call. It still happens. You got to have more than one person, and your concierge needs to know who those people are and what their availability is on any given day. Say, oh, I'm out doing outreach, or Julie's, I'm in a tour. I'm on a tour right now. Let your concierge know. It's Brenda's up next, or Jim's up next, or whoever is up next. And your concierge has got to know. Live person. You reduce your chance of connecting to somebody by more than 50% if they have to leave a voicemail. Now you're trying to reach them back. And we know that is a huge challenge. Walk-in, same thing. Want to make sure that there's someone available at all times to do discovery, learn about people. Don't have to have a master's in marketing to do good discovery. Just learn about them, ask them questions and care. Everyone is in your community cares about people. They wouldn't be working there if they didn't. A brief tour based on what's important to them, and setting next steps, right? And then giving you the information. If that's whatever system you have in your community, take a deposit, schedule next step. Great. But have a system for the walk-ins. They're more rare than they used to be, but they still happen as well. So that's capturing your new leads. Next is driving new leads. And when I say driving new leads, I'm talking mostly about organic leads. So organic are non-paid, non-aggregator. And we're talking about volume right now. We're talking about quantity. So your first quantity is activity, right? It's action. So if your lead volume is low, especially if you're non-paid, unpaid, so non-paid per move-in model, your leads are low, you need a few more. Outreach, outreach, outreach. Your outreach activity, okay, and the report you're going to look at is your outreach activity, your referrer, if that's the name in your CRM, your referrer activity, external business development activity, whatever you call it, whatever report. You're going to look at your lead source analysis or your referrer analysis. Where are your non-paid leads coming from? And if you are in the decision maker, the influencer on your digital campaign, you want to make sure you're looking at not just the volume, but at what rate those digital leads are being lost, the quality of your digital leads. So your whoever your digital partner is, if you do it yourself, that you're looking at the results of your dollars, your efforts, and tweak campaigns as necessary. If you're getting a ton of financially unqualified, for example, definitely something you want to look into. Or people aren't looking for senior living in their digital lead. You've got to tweak. You look at tweaking your verbiage. You tweak your, and look at tweaking your campaign because something's not working optimally. If you're getting lots of leads that are, or even more than a few that aren't seeking senior living specific. When we talk about outreach, I'm talking about the equivalent of meeting a prospect and doing a tour with a prospect. The equivalent of that for outreach, meeting somebody who potentially might refer or may influence in a positive way someone to come and either inquire or come for a tour. An appointment, right? Time together. Certainly, if they come and tour the community, great. But that's outreach. That's purposeful outreach, face to face, be one-on-one, or two people. It's not the networking, not going to the Chamber of Commerce or not going to the big health fair. It's one-on-one, like you would do a prospect call or a prospect tour. That's outreach. Networking is I'm going to the chamber, I'm going to the fundraiser, I'm doing the health fair. That's more networking. That's not a bad thing, but it's much more difficult to measure outcomes from networking than outreach. So another way, and a way to track also those efforts are the non-paid or professional referrals coming in, word of mouth referrals, and your non-paid. Just look at the trends. Look at the trends there. Working with a community who this is one of their areas of major focus, and they've gone from 1 and 2 this month. The month I'm recording this, they had 5 professional referrals, which is a huge lift from 1 and 2. And it's repetitive, consistent outreach. And she's really determined to be consistent. Another way to drive leads organically is through events. We could do an entire podcast, and I may dive a little bit deeper into events and have some guests on, people who have done events that proven to be successful, not just in attendance. That's a first leading measure. Are people coming? Are they attending your event? And then the outcomes. What of the people who are attending? How many leads, or any prospects, certainly move-ins over time. Doesn't necessarily happen right then and there, but you got to track. There's a primary source, and most often, or very often, events are secondary lead sources. You've got to have reasons to engage. What's happening in your community? what are people interested in doing? That's part of your outreach too. And you're talking to your prospects. What might they be interested in doing? What might they be interested in learning? Consistent event calendar does not have to be huge, costly events. You can have you pepper in. Maybe you do those once a quarter, maybe even twice a year, and have consistent, educational events, fun events, social events. Uh, Even if an event, you can repeat topics as well. You may say, well, we did when is it a good time to think about senior, assisted living, or signs that your loved one may need, memory care, or early signs of dementia, or wellness that you think, oh, we did that last year. It's new to somebody. It's new to somebody today. So when you're setting up your event calendar, make it easier on you. You have to come up with a new event 12 times. Do some maybe once a quarter, or have some themes. You're doing an educational event every third Thursday, or once a quarter, you're doing something that revolves around music and food. Or once a quarter, you're doing something that's holiday-ish related, or two times a year. Your an open house still works if it's promoted well. You can have meet the team. You can do for referral. I'm going to do a podcast just on events, because there's so much to do with events and driving traffic, both new and existing. Your existing prospects to re-engage, which is driving traffic. Your event, the reports you want to look at, your event ROI. If you're not tracking how much your event cost and what you're getting out of your event, got to do that now. Your campaign analysis, again, your lead source analysis, and look at your primary and your secondary source. Events can be they can be a secondary source. Maybe someone saw it on a direct mail, so that would be a direct mail campaign, but it's the event that really piqued their interest. Maybe they inquired last year, and they don't want to deposit yet, or they're not ready, or they're unsure, but they'll come to an event. That is definitely one of the reasons to have events, right? That counts as lead drivers. You're driving new leads and giving reasons to engage. And then lastly, your digital campaign. Likely do a podcast just on digital campaigns, both your paid and your SEM and your SEO. I guess a category under digital leads would be aggregators, and aggregators are paid per move-in. I don't think anyone's trying to drive a campaign for that, but if you do use aggregators, they are paid per move-in, and some companies completely shy away from that or want to move away from aggregators. Some say, hey, instead of doing a paid campaign, I'm just putting this in my budget, and I'll have the aggregators, do it for me. And most people kind of fall in the middle, where they need the leads and not quite ready to shut off the tap, but don't want to rely 100% on that pay per move, because that hits the bottom line very hard. You have 6 move-ins, and 5 of them cost you a month's rent. It's really tough to drive the bottom line with that model. So I don't talk much about paid aggregators in my book, because there's not a whole lot. You either use them or you don't. Driving more organic, you're driving your organic leads by a strong outreach plan, strategic plan that's actually executing your consistent events in networking, word of mouth, friends, family, resident campaigns. It doesn't have to be one campaign, it'd be a consistent ongoing message, but it does need to be communicated. You can say, well, we put it in the invoicing, or we mentioned it at the family dinner 3 months ago. You've got to continue new move-ins. People are most likely to refer within the first 30 days of residency, and they've got to be happy. So that's another podcast. So to wrap this one up, there's so much to talk about in every podcast of resolving the occupancy puzzle. The message today is in driving new leads is your activity is doing it, doing the outreach, doing the events, having a digital campaign and capturing the leads that are coming in by having a system. Make sure the live person's getting your phone calls, live person's getting the walk-ins certainly, and that the digital leads coming in that we're doing the media response and the cadence to connect. So action, we'll talk about skill, how well all of this is done in another podcast. Thank you for listening to the very end. Like, share, subscribe. If you have questions or you want me to dig deeper into any topic, or you would like to suggest a topic, please in the comments, or you can email me, Julie at growyouroccupancy.com. Thanks for listening. Talk to you on the next one.
This webinar is brought to you by SalesMail, the #1 personalized video app for senior living.
Built on a powerful ROI and an unmatched customer experience, SalesMail's App Store ratings tell the only story you need to know. Generating higher click-through and conversion rates, SalesMail is a video app of choice for sales and marketing pros everywhere. Day after day, SalesMail users leverage video to build brand loyalty, create human connection, quickly establish trust, stand out from competitors, and get desired results faster.